Good evening, everybody. This is Storm here, and I'm bringing you another video. We're going to continue discussing the games that I'm looking forward to that appeared at the PlayStation State of Play that happened last Thursday. Yesterday, we talked about the info from the PlayStation Blog for Team Asobi Astrobot that's coming out later this year. Now we're going to discuss upon Firewalk, one of PlayStation new acquired studios that was from 2021 or 2022. Their first new IP that's coming out later this year, Concord. At the time of this recording, some new info that came out from PlayStation Australia store page. One new info that came out for it was the price tag. Apparently, Concord had been listed to be $40 for the US. In my opinion, I think that's a pretty good price point, especially Concord has mixed reaction when it comes to the player base, how they feel on it. So I think $40 is a good safe spot for them, for people to at least give it a try. Because let's be honest, it was the same price for Helldivers, and look at that. And another new info from a very good person from Twitter who goes by the name of Hunter Games. I'm gonna post the information that he put out right here. Thanks Hunter with this new info. He has tweeted that according to PlayStation Australia store page, Concord is a will have 6 PvP modes, mix of objective and respawn based game modes, free post-launch heroes, which is good, game modes, maps, worlds, and weekly cinematic vigilantes, which is another good thing, because in this day and age, like, people don't want a whole lot of microtransaction and a lot of stuff you have to buy to get a game in a decent state. Especially when it comes to Concord, who's had mixed feelings on the game in general. And the last thing he said, daily and weekly challenges to unlock items for heroes, which is another good thing. Get more people to try out new heroes, see which one will they like, and so on and so forth. I'm really curious how the roster is looking. I kind of hope they do a public beta, but that doesn't turn out to be the case, because to get access to the beta you do have to pre-order the game. So hopefully the $40 price tag will be enough for people to at least try to give Concord a try, because good thing is $40, because there is no way in hell this game would survive if they were charging for $70. So with those bonus info that out the way, we're going to move on to the info that came from the PlayStation Blog. Alright, our first information is from Firewalk, saying, today, as part of State of Play, we are excited to reveal a first look at the gameplay, universe, and characters of Concord, as well as how and when will you be able to get your hands on the game, starting with a beta plan for later this year. Followed by Concord global launch on PS5 and PC on August 23rd, 2024. Concord is a 5v5 character-driven first-person multiplayer shooter set in Concord Galaxy. We built Concord as a love letter to an inspirational sci-fi adventure inspired by our favorite art, anime, films, and TV series. Funny enough, they said that because I seen a lot of people comparing the characters that we looking at right now on screen for Concord to the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I can't blame them. Like, literally, the characters do remind me of the Guardians. Anyway, where did I stop that? Combined with our deep love of multiplayer, we are dedicated to creating those had to be there down to the wire moments with your friends, and create a sense of adventure as you discover more about the galaxy, the characters you play as, and the worlds you visit every time you log in. Alright. Already I can tell they're very passionate for the game that they created with Concord. I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw like the teaser for Concord, I low-key thought it was gonna be like a space battle type of game. So when I saw this was gonna be Concord, I was kind of surprised, but it was alright when I saw it at the state of play. In my opinion, I think they spent a little too much time on it, but I can't really fault them for that because it's a brand new IP. They're finally revealing what the game actually is, so they do have to talk about it to try to sell it to you. So, yeah, that's all I can say on that. But yeah, they want to tell what kind of game this is, and so far, from the first, it is a 5v5 character driven. So basically, this is another hero type of style of game. First person, yeah. Just going on look at the multiplayer video real quick. The maps do look pretty cool. Like the areas, like I know it does look awesome. So hopefully leading up to launch, they will show off more. Probably show off the maps and how that character roster is looking, but we'll see. Alright. On to the next bit of info that I have. Free gunners, they are not heroes, they are professionals. In Concord, you play as the crew of the North Star, a group of guns for hire known in our galaxy as free gunners. The free gunners roam the stars, taking high-stakes jobs on worlds across wild space, where they face other fiercely competitive free gunner crews. From match to match, you will form your team of free gunner with other players and battle it out with rival crews to take home the reward across a variety of maps and modes. Pretty straightforward. They're They're called free gunners. You battle against another crew so you can reap the reward for your side. And pretty standard multiplayer stuff. So not really much to say on this little bit of info. Let's see what the next one has to say. Alright, this bit of info is pretty long, so bear with me. Free Gunner Cove, crew first, job second. From the very beginning, we wanted to make a tight, well-balanced FPS that feels great to play from the moment you pick up the controller. While our core gunplay will feel familiar to shooter fans, the veracity and variety of each free gunner and their abilities make it so aim and thumb skill alone are always enough to come out on top. Each free gunner abilities are designed to make it so that players have a wide range of skills, level, playstyles can be effective, even those that are new to the genre, while providing additional challenge and depth for those looking for high stakes, high sweat competitive play. From powerful mystics, towering robots to skilled gunslingers and snipers, we want each free gun personality and gunplay ability to come alive in every element of how they play and the strategic considerations they create. Some free gunner abilities are made for in the moment tactics, including casting walls of fire, throwing exploding knives, or lobbing trash bombs. Others can have an enduring impact on a match, like the pullable walls that combine entry lanes, explosive traps, bullet blocking domes, speed granting spores, and more to persist across the rounds and respawn. Inspired by some of our favorite fighting and strategy games, all these abilities and mechanics come together to create a unique symmetry to the characters and opportunities for improvisation that makes every fight and every matchup a chance for something different and unexpected to begin. Alongside get to know the crew of the North Star throughout gameplay, you also have an opportunity to see their stories unfold through cinematic vignettes that will premiere in-game. That's pretty cool. Starting weekly from launch, these brief cinematic vignettes will feature ongoing narrative arcs that grow the character stories, relations, and unpack the broader Concord galaxy and life as a free gunner. Alright, that was a lot to read. Alright. Basically, they want to keep it, they want the gunplay to feel familiar for those who have played this type of genre, and also those who are new to it will be able to play the game, which is which is pretty standard in this day and age. Like, have the gunplay be familiar for those veterans and also be easy to learn for the newcomers. But one thing that they said that I do like is whenever a new character, there's like a cinematic scene for that character, so it will talk about their backstory. Overwatch did this before when it comes to their cinematic short videos that they will post on YouTube, like talking about certain characters, to give us like a little story on the character. Like, I believe my favorite one is when we know the story of a little bit of Hanzo and Genji. That was the best one out of all of them. But unfortunately, they don't do that. Blizzard stopped doing that, which kind of sucked, because low-key, how they did those short videos for the Overwatch characters, that could have been a whole series or a movie. But anyway, so Firewall is taking inspiration from others to try to put this game together. It's pretty cool. They do have like stuff that you can use strategically, set up traps, block bullets with domes, all this and that. It's stuff that we've seen before, but it's not really surprising that Firewalk is taking this approach also. And they want us to know the character, which is also a good thing, because we're playing with these characters. So some of it's like how the character acts or how their personality are. It would get people interested to want to learn stuff about this character. Alright, we're now up to the last bit of info. An evolving universe. The Concord galaxy is full of danger and adventure, and will be unwrapping more in the upcoming weeks and months. At launch, Concord will have a roster of 16 distinct free guns to learn and master, and the Northstar crew will grow over time through regular free post-launch updates that introduce new playable free gunners, maps, modes, cinematic vigilantes, and more. We built Firewall to deliver awesome multiplayer games, and we're excited to get Concord in your hands. Beginning next week, you'll share more details about Concord editions for PS5 and PC, and launch pre-orders, which will give you and 4 of your friends early access to our beta later this summer. To get all the latest on Concord, be sure to join the community on Discord and follow Firewalk on Twitter and Concord on Twitter. Alright, and that will be all the info on Concord from the PlayStation Blog. So going over that last bit of info, day one, when Concord dropped, it will have a 16 roster that will grow over time. And I think that's a pretty good, decent number, especially like they said, all the free gunner characters play differently from each other. So I think that's a pretty good start. As long as they're like very consistent, dropping a new character and new content, like don't take forever on it. So I think if they could pull that off, so there's like always a constant flow for players, so they're not constantly waiting for the next big update or what's going to happen in the game. I think that would be a good start. And they said pre-orders will go live, I'm assuming, at the Summer Game Fest, that's as the time of this recording is happening on Friday. It's more than likely on Friday we'll get the pre-order. The pre-orders will go live. So there is like we already know from the PlayStation Australia store page, they have Concord for $40. I haven't seen anything if there's like a special edition. So far for standard, it is $40. I haven't seen anything about the other version. So I guess we'll just wait and see. Now, where I stand with Concord is definitely a wait and see approach, because I don't mind playing a hero shooter game. It just I don't want to wait for like content to steadily drop. But time will tell when Concord come out. I am definitely going to keep a close eye on it to see how it performs. But this is the end of the video. I hope you guys tune in for the next one when I discuss on the next game that I'm going to be breaking down the PlayStation Blog info for that. I hope you guys enjoy that. So what do you guys think about Concord? Are you good? Are you going to buy it? Are you going to wait and see? Or is it overall pass? Like I did in the last video, I will post a link of the PlayStation Blog post in the description in case you want to read the info yourself. So without further ado, this is your friend Storm. I'll hope you guys have a good night. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.